Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of WP the Podcast. I'm David Blackman.
And I'm Tim Streifler.
Today, we're going to talk about deliverability of your emails from contact forms. Believe it or not, this is kind of a pain in the ass in WordPress websites because it's terrible. It always has been terrible. And you're forced a lot of times to use a third-party product. This is one of the places where you're kind of forced to use it and stuff to get good deliverability. And there are a few of them that are pretty popular: Sendgrid, Mandrill, Mailgun. These are some of the most popular deliverability softwares or plugins for WordPress. And Tim's going to kind of dive into why you may need these and stuff, and more of the technical of what the hell's wrong with WordPress. So go, Tim.
Yeah. So basically, WordPress, like if you're using a typical hosting company, even if it's a premium host, the host is the servers are tuned to serve web pages, right? That's their goal. That's the main purpose. They're not made to send emails. And so when a WordPress website sends an email, it uses PHP mail. However, it's not super reliable. And it has a ton of drawbacks. And so, that's kind of the main thing. So whenever you send someone sends a contact form submission on your site, and your contact form goes and says, "Hey, this person contacted you," and sends you an email, that's by default is using WordPress mail, PHP mail. And it's just not super reliable because it's not made for that. Same thing like a password reset email, or if it's an e-commerce site, a email receipt or a new purchase email that gets sent to the site owner. Those are all fall into the category of transactional emails, right? It's someone does something and it triggers an automatic email. So that's what's called a transactional email, opposed to like a marketing email using like MailChimp or something like that. So these are all transactional emails. The contact form is probably the most popular because it's a lead, right? It's a customer wanting to contact you. And so you need to make sure that you get that email because you could be missing out on business. And so there's basically two different ways to get around the issue with WordPress mail, PHP mail being unreliable. And that's to use two different methods of basically outsourcing the email sending to something else besides your main web host. And so David mentioned Deliverability Services. He's going to talk about the different ones. Or did you want me to talk about those, David?
No. You talk about them. I've already given you who they are and stuff, and I'm gonna let you cover the rest of the tech stuff in this podcast.
So the most popular one I would say is probably Sendgrid. It's what David uses, what we use on WPGears.com. It's super popular. They have a free plan still, I believe. And then it's very affordable. And so, and then Mandrill is what I use on DiviLife.com. And the reason I use that is because it integrates with MailChimp, but you have to have a paid MailChimp account to use it. And then you still have to pay for it. So it's, there's no free plan or anything like that. And you can't use it unless you're using MailChimp. And then another one is Mailgun by Rackspace. I've never used it. Don't have experience with it. And so unfortunately, I can't really comment on it. But Sendgrid and Mandrill are very comparable in terms of the different features they have. One thing that's really nice about using a deliverability service like that is you can log in and you can see all the emails that went through it, and you can preview them, and you can see if they were delivered, if they were clicked on, that sort of thing. So there's a basic level of reporting. And you can actually resend emails. So if a customer says, "Hey, I never got my email receipt," you could log into WooCommerce or whatever whatever e-commerce platform and then click that resend receipt button. But you could also go into Sendgrid or Mandrill and resend it that way too. Or you could see that, hey, it was delivered successfully, so it's probably in their spam folder. So there's different metrics that you can see in there as well, and you can get overall stats of its different deliverability percentages, as well as like complaint rates. If a lot of people are complaining and marking as spam, that affects your complaint rate. And then you're like, you need to figure out why is that happening? Like your complaint rate for transactional emails should be 0, because they're emails that are just sent after someone does something, submits a contact form, does a password reset, purchases a product. So opposed to using like MailChimp to send a marketing email, yeah, people don't like to get marketed to all the time. So people aren't going to be as happy about it. So anyways, those are the types of things you can do in a deliverability service. The second option for ensuring deliverability for your contact form emails and other transactional emails is to use a SMTP plugin. So we have a link to one of the show notes, Wpmail SMTP by WP Forms. It is a free plugin. You don't have to use WP Forms. You can use a different form plugin. But basically what it does is it lets you connect your email sending to an external email account. So for example, I'm pretty sure you can connect your Gmail or your Office 365 or your Zoho or whatever email you're using to basically send the emails through that. And it's going to drastically improve deliverability opposed to sending it through your website. So between the two, I prefer a deliverability service. It's just a little more professional and it's a little more, I would say, higher deliverability because that's what these services do. And they have a lot of servers that are made to do big email sending. But for a small site, you don't have a lot of emails going through it, a lot of transactional emails, but you just want to make sure that they're delivered. Using an SMTP plugin is free and easy to set up. So
boom.
Very technical topic, but
yeah,
that's it.
Hopefully that helps. Tomorrow we've got another great topic, how to easily change HTTP links to secure links, HTTPS in WordPress. Tim, until tomorrow, we'll see you then.
Take care. Bye-bye.